Alright, so I'm gonna add a cylinder. I'm gonna scale it up on the z-axis. And then I'm gonna scale it down on the x and y so it's like thinner. So like about right there. And then I'm gonna add a loop cut, bevel it, and then I'm gonna extrude it inward. So yeah, you could already see like we have a basic shape down. So this will be like the main center part. And honestly, I'll bring this up a bit, like so. Okay. So now I'm just gonna first add more detail here, like on this part and this part. So what we can do is extrude this out. Add a slight bevel here. Oh, remember to apply scale first. Bevel this. You could follow along if you're watching, but the main point is just to like add some detail by adding bevels and extrusions. You also want to be like kind of subtle with it. Like don't push it too far. Just like make sure the detail is visible. Like that. And then honestly, for here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add another bevel, then another bevel. Extrude these out. That in. And add another loop cut here and here. And then only scale out the loop cuts themselves. And then add a bevel, like about. Sorry, not a bevel. Add like 3 loop cuts right here. So that rounded off look. So that's done. Actually, maybe what we'll do is scale this up a bit. Yeah, I think that looks a bit more interesting, maybe. And in fact, just bring that up a bit. Why not add another loop cut right there? Extrude it in, yeah. Okay, so for here, we're just gonna try to make it look like it's supporting all that, so just bring it out a bit. Scale this up a bit. I think this looks fine, though honestly. We could probably... Yeah, that looks better. Maybe we'll add another one right here. Yeah, that looks much better now. Also, to round this off, I'm gonna add some more loop cuts right here. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Now for these, I'm actually gonna separate them. And the reason is I'm gonna add, what do you call it, a subdivision surface to this later. You'll see why. First, I'm just gonna add a bit more detail to this. What? Like that. And then what we're going to do is select this face loop. Select, check or deselect, and then you're going to extrude it inwards, like so. And then we're going to add more supporting edges because we're going to subdivide this. and then just give it a subdivision surface, and bam. We'll just shade this auto smooth. Yep, you've got a pillar right there. So that took about, what, 6 minutes? So, you know, if you just keep practicing making these shapes, like, you'll just build speed, and then you'll be able to like block out your environments much faster. So now, just move these to the side a bit. And then I'm going to give this a mirror modifier. Actually, wait. I'll move them in edit mode. But when we add the modifier, it just mirrors according to the origin. And then we'll give it to this also. Bam. Now we'll just add something on top of the pillars. So maybe a cube. Just making sure it lines up. Yeah, like so. Then extrude this out. Extrude it up. And then obviously you could add like more things that it's supporting. You could maybe even like duplicate this or something. Yeah, if you want to make like a taller structure. Let me add a bevel modifier. Actually, kind of want to add some more detail. Like it's lacking. Now just add a bevel modifier. Yeah, it's not really doing what I want it to, so I'll just... Wait, what? That's weird. Why did it do that? Alright, no, that's fine. We'll just undo and then redo it. Why not? Okay, now that's a bit better. We scale it up a bit on the Y. Okay, done. Yeah, sorry, I was gonna add some bevels, so just select all these. And bevel. Like this much maybe. Yeah, now that's looking much better. Yeah, honestly, this looks kind of weird, so I'm just gonna delete it for now. And then maybe what we could do is like... I'm thinking what else would look good here. Maybe a triangle, although I'm not too sure. So let's move the cursor here. Add a mesh plane. Now rotate it on the x-axis, and then rotate on the y by 45, because we only want this triangle. We're gonna join these two vertices. Delete this face. Alright, where was I? We're gonna scale it up here. Bring this down like so. Give it some thickness. Extruding it out like that. And then we could even extrude this out like so. Inset, extrude inwards. Then you know you could add some ornaments in sculpt mode or something. But for now, yeah, this might be complete. Actually, let's add a bevel modifier. Why not? Decrease them out. Okay. I like that much. Yeah, this is looking pretty nice. Yeah, so like you could put like a whole other temple behind this, and then sculpt in details like cracks and edgeware. But yeah, this is like it's pretty fast making these types of models, and then you just duplicate them around your scene, and then eventually you'll have like a complete block out for your scene. So maybe try following this, making the same result. And then in the next tutorial, I'll show you how to sculpt like edgeware and all these other details on this. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching.